Right, brand new video. We literally just watched like part 1, which was from CGP Grey. It is You Is 2. Now we're gonna watch What Are You from Kurz. Let's get straight into this. I'm excited, man. Last video was so good.
Body. Well, kind of, right?
Yeah.
But is there a line where this stops being true? How much of yourself can you remove before you stop being you?
Right, okay.
And does the question even make sense?
Everything but the brain, right? That's what you'd think. I could have robot arms, robot legs, robot heart even, right? Robot chest.
Your physical existence
keep the brain.
is cells. Trillions of them, at least 10 times more than there are stars in the Milky Way. A cell is a living being, a machine made of up to 50,000 different proteins. It has no consciousness, no will, no purpose, it just is. But it is still an individual. Together, your cells form huge structures for jobs like preparing food, gathering resources, transporting stuff around, scanning the environment, and so on. If you extract cells from your body and put them in the right environment, they will continue to stay alive for a while.
Crazy.
So, your cells can exist
Cells
without
actually, like, listen. I've never really been like into like, I'm more into like space and stuff. I've never really been that much into like DNA and cells and all that kind of stuff. But it's crazy how they work. Like when you actually like watch these videos and you're like, what the f, like, it's actually mind blowing. And like how these little things, there's billions and billions, and they grow and they fight and they, you know what I mean, they learn. It's mad.
But
it's
you
mental.
can't exist without them. If we take all the cells away, there is no you anymore. Is there a line where a pile of your cells stops being you? For example, if you donate an organ, billions of your cells will continue to live on inside someone else.
Oh,
Does
that's
this mean that
weird.
part of you became a part of another person?
What the
Or
fuck?
is this other body keeping a part of you alive? Or let us imagine an experiment. You and a random person from the street exchange cells. One at a time, your body gets one of their cells, their body gets one of your cells. At which point would they become you?
No, but like, I see what they mean, but they wouldn't. Because let's say like someone gave me a kidney, I'm still me because of my brain. Like, it's still me, you know what I mean? Like, my mum is gonna still know me as me, not that, you know what I mean?
Would they ever?
I
Or
know
is
what
this
you
just
mean
a
by
very
like,
slow
I'll have
and
their
gross
cells,
way
they'll
to
have my
teleport
cells,
you?
so technically they're me and I'm
Let's
him.
make this more complicated. The image of ourselves as a static thing is untenable. Almost all of your cells have to die during your lifetime. 250 million have died since the beginning of this video alone.
No!
Between 1 and 3 million per second.
Wow.
In a 7-year period, most of your cells are replaced at least once. Every time your cell setup changes, you are slightly different than before. So, a part of you is dying constantly. If you
Wow.
are lucky enough to become old,
Wow.
you will have cycled through roughly 1,000,000 billion cells. So what you consider yourself is really just a snapshot. But sometimes cells are broken and don't want to die, questioning the very nature of the unity of our bodies. We call them cancer.
Shit, is that what? Oh my god. I've never really like known, like, obviously like everyone knows cancer, right? But I've never really like know of how you exactly get it. Do you know what I mean? Like, how does it
It's
exactly
really just
work?
a snapshot.
Wow, this is interesting.
But sometimes cells are broken and don't want to die, questioning the very nature of the unity of our bodies. We call them cancer. They cancel the biological social contract and become basically immortal. Cancer is not an outside invader,
Wow.
it's a part of you that puts its own survival over yours. But you could also
Wow.
argue that a cancer cell becomes another entity inside us, another being that just wants to thrive and survive. Can we blame it for that? A chilling cell story is that of Henrietta Lacks, a young cancer patient who died in 1951. Usually, cells only survived for a few days in the lab, making research very hard. Henrietta's cancer cells were immortal. Over the decades, they were multiplied over and over again and used
What
for
the
countless
fuck?
research projects, saving countless lives. Henrietta's cells are still alive and overall have been grown to at least 20 tons of biomass. So there are living parts around the world from someone who has been considered dead for decades. How much
Bro,
of
that's
Henrietta is in these
weird,
cells?
man.
What makes one of your cells you anyway? Maybe the information contained in it, your DNA. Until recently, it was believed that all the cells in your body had basically the same genetic code. But it turns out this is wrong. Your genome is mobile, changing over time through mutations and environmental influences. This is especially the case in your brain. According to recent discoveries, a single neuron in an adult brain has more than 1,000 mutations in its genetic code that are not present in the cells surrounding it. But how much you is your DNA really?
I love the little faces they do with this.
About 8% of the human genome is made up of viruses that once infected our ancestors and merged with us. Mitochondria, power plants of the cell, once were bacteria that merged with the ancestors of your cells. They still have their own DNA. An average cell has...
What on earth is that, bro?
Hundreds of them. Hundreds of little things that are not really human,
machine?
but they still kind of are. It is confusing. Let's backtrack a bit. We know that you're made up of trillions of little things, made from more little things that are constantly changing. Together, all those little things are not static, but dynamic. Their composition and condition is changing constantly. So we might just be a self-sustaining pattern without clear borders that gained self-awareness at some point and now has the ability to think about itself through time and space, but really only exists in this exact very moment.
Wow.
Where did this pattern start? With your conception? When the first human arose? When life first began conquering our small planet?
Way
or
before.
when the elements that make up your body were forged in a star? Our human brains evolved to deal with absolutes. The fuzzy borders that make up reality are hard to grasp. Maybe ideas like beginning and end, life and death, you and me, are really not absolutes, but ideas belonging to a fluent pattern. A pattern that is lost in
these
this
videos are
strange
so
and beautiful
good.
universe. The problem of who we are isn't just a question of
ourselves, but it's also a
good.
question of our minds.
I love how they
Just
did
as
this
our cells
collab.
can be divided
This
and
collab
separated
is so
from us,
sick.
so can our very brains be divided and
So
separated from us, while
good.
still in the skull.
Well,
Click here to
love both videos of them. I did already react to this one, so if you guys want to check it out, then it's on my channel already. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you smash that like button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.